Hello and thank you so much for watching this video. My name is LaChon with Power Life Hypnosis, and this is a special video that I'm doing for you guys today about handwriting analysis. So in this video in particular, I am going to go over aspects in people's handwriting, characteristics in people's handwriting that can signify that someone is dishonest. So why would you need to know this? Well, if you are getting into a relationship with somebody, or you have a friend, a new friend, or even on the job, you can look at people's handwriting for these characteristics that I'm going to speak of, and that can kind of help you determine their level of honesty. So this is only one small aspect of handwriting analysis. There's so many more, but I wanted to do this one for you guys in particular because it's especially useful when it comes to dating and relationships. I know that I have seen handwriting of previous partners of mine, and I wish that I would have known more about handwriting analysis then, because that could have saved me a lot of trouble and a lot of difficulties in my life. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some handwriting samples and analyze them for you. So I have some samples here in front of me. Two of them are from someone that I used to know. So let's see, I'm going to start with this one first. When it comes to handwriting analysis, it's not necessarily about what is being read. It is more about the actual handwriting itself. So you can see this handwriting sample here. Okay, so don't mind my markings on it. So as you can see, this handwriting, it looks pretty calligraphy like, I don't know. It doesn't look natural to me when you look at it. People don't normally write like this. Like if you're writing a paper or something, you're not going to write the whole paper like this because it looks like it takes a lot of time. So just looking at it, you know, you may not be able to see all the difficult things in this person's handwriting without knowing the aspects. So I'm going to share them with you so you can look for this in other people's writing, and I have another sample as well. So let's see. The first one I'm going to start with is, if you look at some of these words, they're very difficult to read, interpret, understand. You can mistake some of these letters and some of these words for other things, right? For example, this word here, this word here is family. It doesn't look like family. Let's see what other ones are similar like that. Just looking at it at first blush. Some of the letters are difficult to understand. You can also see that here. This is the same person. And as you can see, the handwriting is much different here. So first, that lets you know that this person can be very inconsistent. So if you look at this writing, a lot of the words are difficult to interpret. Like this is the word of. This is the word cuz. You see how these things are very difficult to interpret, as opposed to handwriting such as this, where you can see every letter and you can understand what every word is. So that is one indicator that somebody is dishonest. When it comes to handwriting analysis, the handwriting sample describes the mood of the writer at the time of writing. So yes, our handwriting can change. For example, if we're writing quickly, if we're writing slowly, depending on what we're writing, it can change. However, there are large discrepancies between these two handwriting samples. So one, you see that a lot of the letters are difficult to read. A lot of the words are difficult to understand. You know, some letters look like they can be other letters. And that's one indicator that somebody is dishonest or can be dishonest. For example, if somebody was writing a check and their fives happen to look like threes or something like that, that person can go back and say, oh no, this is what I wanted to write. I wanted to write a 5, you know, when it was supposed to be a 3. It was supposed to be $3,000 and all of a sudden it's $5,000 because this person is dishonest. So look for the readability, how well you can make out the letters. If some of the letters are missing, some of the letters don't look like what they're supposed to be, then that's an indicator of dishonesty in someone's handwriting. So let's see what other things I have here for you. Okay. Another thing about this handwriting sample that's very interesting is, if you notice, you can see that the letters are very large in comparison to the rest of the words. The first letters, they're very large compared to the rest of the writing. And this speaks of someone who has kind of like a Wizard of Oz complex. So this is somebody who is projecting an image, is trying to project an image when they write. So this shows insecurity, and this also shows paranoia for many people. So that's another thing to watch out for. When you have letters, the first letter of the word is very large in comparison to the rest of the word. Okay, that's not natural. That's somebody projecting an image onto the reader. So another indicator of dishonesty in someone's handwriting is something called a confining mark. For example, on this word mind, there's a confining mark at the bottom. That mark doesn't belong at the bottom of a D. There's whatever this is supposed to be here. I don't even know what that is. And there are other little random marks in here that don't belong there. Like in this word family, that word family there, I don't even know what that is on the end. That doesn't look like family. So confining marks are also another indicator of dishonesty in someone's handwriting. And this could signify that someone is not sharing the whole story with you. Another indicator here, and you have to be careful, with this, because this is not always the case. However, when there are several marks in someone's handwriting to indicate dishonesty, and then the person has closed O's, the letter O's are closed. So you see there's a little O there. So when there's closed O's that they can have a loop or not have a loop. However, this signifies that someone doesn't feel comfortable talking out loud. And this also can signify paranoia as well as issues with trust. So if that's only in somebody's handwriting without all these other confining marks, that's just a sign of open communication there. However, when we have this going on, all these other marks going on, this signifies somebody who has difficulties trusting. Another indicator. So let's see where we can see this. So here, it's a lot of places. So here, okay, let's see, I have to move this closer. Okay. And let's look at where we see this. You see it here, here. You see how there's tangling between the lines? How the lines all run together? They're not separate lines. You see here, here, as opposed to writing that is like this. We have separate lines here. In this handwriting, all the lines are all tangling with each other. And this is a signification of confusion that can lead to paranoia. Now, sometimes this can also signify going through transition periods. However, again, as you can see, we have a lot of paranoia and mistrust and apprehension in this person's handwriting sample. So the tangling of the lines can mean confusion as well as paranoia. You can also see that this person has something going on with their sense of self, because if you look at the letter I's in this piece, we have a letter I here, we have, you know, other ones, and we have this one that's very, very tiny. So something's going on with that person's sense of self, you know, their identity. Let's see. So I have another handwriting sample from a former business partner of mine, and we only did business together for a couple of months because this person proved himself to be very unstable. And actually, surprise, surprise, these two individuals know each other. They're friends. So if you look at this handwriting, let's see, can you see that? Okay. So if you look at this handwriting sample, you can see that the lines aren't straight across. They're kind of going in curves. You know, they go in curves. So this can signify someone whose mood goes up and down dramatically. This is a person who has a lot of angst, or a person who will show a lot of dramatic behavior. And that is absolutely true. And that's actually why we stopped doing business together, because this person started showing this dramatic behavior all of a sudden. And it, you know, we had to cut the business ties. So if the pressure varies in someone's writing, which it's kind of difficult to see that in this piece. It's easier to see when you have it in front of you. But pressure is how much pressure you put on the paper when you write, how much pressure you use with the pen on the paper when you write. So when somebody will have light pressure in some areas, you know, they write lightly in some areas and then write heavily in other areas, this shows that their emotions are all over the place and very inconsistent. And sometimes this can be because of fear. Now, with this person, my former business partner, you can see that a lot of the letters in the words are inconsistent. For example, if you look at this word here, feedback. Okay, first of all, where's the C? What is this supposed to say? That's supposed to say back. Okay, this is a liar. So that says feedback, but you can see the E's are different sizes and everything's just all over the place. Like, you can see how much of a liar this person is. Sadly, I did not, you know, see this handwriting sample until after we stopped doing business together. But this is worse. This person's handwriting is just all over the place. And this shows that this person has a low self-esteem and this person has low confidence. So this shows neuroses. So this is a tendency towards overthinking and exaggerated behaviors, and it can also indicate a fearful personality. Now, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Actually, I have some other samples here. I'll let you see if you can pick out the dishonest person. So, before I go into that, this signature here. Okay. This signature here is in the realm of handwriting analysis. It's a very not good signature, not a very good signature at all. You can see this person's projecting this image, and they want to appear that they are better, bigger and better and more important and more special than they really are. Also, this shows, I see, 1, 2, 3 signs, 4 signs of suicidal ideations here and suicidal tendencies here. And I'll just show you that in this. See these X's here, all these X's. Okay. This person's crossing himself out. He's crossing himself out here. Oh, you can't see that? You know, he's crossing himself out. He has all these X's. This is showing suicidal ideations, and we have a lot of egocentricity here. Okay, this is somebody who is unrealistic about themselves. This is somebody who thinks that they are much more important and special and significant than they really are, such as, you know, that Wizard of Oz thing. So that's what I see there. Okay, so I'll just give you guys a little test here. So who is the honest person? We have 1, 'kay. I'll show you 3 samples. 1, this is another person. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, or 3. Actually, who is the dishonest person? So I'm sure you can figure out that the person with this handwriting is a dishonest person. The first person, the first 2 handwriting samples, this was actually my handwriting sample before I began taking handwriting analysis and understood the significance of the way that we write. And this sample was taken from after I studied handwriting analysis. I changed my handwriting because our handwriting is attached, it is linked to our subconscious, which is why we're able to analyze personality traits through handwriting. So you can see this handwriting sample here, and gosh, these words don't even look like they make sense. Living at for 12 years after this. Don't know, probably won't see, don't know till, I think that's next summer. See, this sample is really difficult to read. The letters don't look like what they're supposed to look like. This is somebody who you can clearly see is dishonest. Amongst other things. However, that's all we're going to go into for today. So, I hope that I was able to provide you with some useful messages there. So go out and look at handwriting. Look at people's handwriting. And when you are trying to make a decision regarding whether or not you can trust somebody, look at those characteristics, because if you see them, no matter what they say, they are not honest people, but they will likely tell you that they are honest. I've been there. So I hope that I was able to provide you with some useful guidance regarding handwriting analysis. If you are interested in receiving an analysis of your own handwriting or that of someone else, you can check the description box below in order to contact me. And if you're interested in more handwriting analysis, there's so many things that you can tell from someone's writing. Go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know that you like more videos. Thank you so much for watching this video. Go out and look at some handwriting. All right, I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.